friends. So I've been playing a lot with my small world and I'm feeling inspired to write my own story now. So this is one of my favorite parts of Story Workshop is when I get to write and illustrate or draw my story because it makes me feel like an author and a storyteller. So I hope you'll like this part too. So first step is to have something to write with. So I made a book just like we make at school, and all I did was I took 2 pieces of printer paper and I folded them in half to make a blank book. And then what you can do is you can staple it, or you can, what I did is I taped it, or you could even sew it. I know one of our friends has been sewing her own book, so there's a couple of different ways you can do that. So once you feel ready to tell your story or you feel inspired by your small world, you can get your own book. So my first step, what I'm going to do for Story Workshop, is I'm going to work with the cover page. This is the front of my book, and I decided for my cover page, I just wanted to draw a picture of my small world. So I might draw a picture of my farm. I might go, there's the barn, and I might draw the fields, my garden, my stone fence, my cow and my sheep. And then I'm going to call my story Working on a Farm, because I decided that instead of an imagination story, I wanted my story to be from my own life, and I actually used to work on a farm. So I wanted to write my story about that. That's what I felt inspired about when I was playing with my small world. So I'm going to write the title now. I'm going to write that at the top of my book. So I'm going to go W, W, R, K, K, K. I think I'm going to do K. K. Ing. Oh, I know, that's I-N-G. Those 3 letters make that sound. Working on, that's a new word, so I'm going to put a space between my words with my finger. Working, octopus, O. On, N. On, A, that's a sight word. A, F, new word, space between my words. R, another R. M, I know that one. Working on a farm. And then I might choose to color my page. So then I'm gonna open my book up. And then it's my choice whether I want to start with my words or my pictures. I'm going to start with my words right now. So one of my favorite parts about working on the farm was in the morning we would feed the animals and give them water. So I really liked that. So I want my readers to know that that was one of my favorite parts about working on the farm. So I'm going to say, how can I say that? I'm going to say, I liked feeding the animals. Okay, so that's what I'm going to write. So I'm going to start with, I decided I'm going to write my words on top, but you could write them on the bottom if you want. So I'm going to start with I, and I know how to spell that because that's a sight word. I, space between my words with my finger. L, leaf, I, K, K, K. C or K? I think I'm going to pick K. K. Like, D, dinosaur, D. I liked What sound is that? Or what letter is that? W, another R. K, 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 K. You know what I just realized? I'm trying to spell the word working, but I already wrote it on the front of my book, so I'm just going to write that. I already spelled it for myself. Ink. I liked working. I'm going to say with the animals. W, 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 I. That's a tricky one. That's 2 letters. TH, thumb, with the, that's a sight word. The animals. That's a big word, but I'm going to try my best to hear as many sounds as I can and write them. So space between my words. A apple, a, n, n, I, L leaf, animals. So remember, if you have a big word or a word that you can't figure out the sounds of, try and stretch that word out. So I took the word animals and I stretched it out to hear as many sounds as I could. Animals. Lots of sounds in there. And then I'm going to put a period at the end because it's the end of my sentence. I liked working with the animals. And then I might choose to take my colored pencils right here and draw a picture of the animals in my story workshop. So I'm going to draw my cow. And I don't really know how to draw cows, but I'm going to try my best. And I'm kind of copying the cow in my small world. You know what? I made a mistake and I drew his foot wrong, but that's okay. I'm just gonna cross it out and keep going. Because everyone makes mistakes, no problem. And then I'm gonna add even more details to my cow picture than the cow I made. Draw some grass underneath my cow too. Okay, and I have the first page of my story. It is I liked working with the animals, and then I drew a picture of the cow in my small world to go with that. So I am so excited to see what stories you've come up with, and remember to try your best when writing your words.